The object of the game is to beat the house's hand without going over 21. But to begin, you have to bet. Let's bet $25. Click on the $25 chip to select it. Then click on the middle circle to place your bet. Click Deal to receive your starting hand. Your starting hand is composed of 2 cards face up. In this game, cards are worth their nominal value. Suits are ignored. Face cards are worth 10. Aces are worth 1 or 11 to reach the highest total value without going over 21. A hand where the ace is worth 1 or 11 is a soft hand. For example, an ace and a 6 constitute a soft 17, since the hand could be counted as 7 or 17. However, 2 5s, a 6, and an ace are called a hard 17. The ace could not be counted as 11 in this case, since that would bring the hand's value over 21. The dealer's hand is also made up of 2 cards, but the first one is dealt face down. We call it the hole card. Therefore, you only have a partial idea of his hand. Let's deal with the blackjack before we move on. A blackjack is a hand worth 21, composed solely of the first 2 cards of your starting hand, a card worth 10, and an ace, which in this case is always counted as 11. If the house does not have a blackjack, your hand automatically wins and is paid 3-2. If the house does have a blackjack, you get your initial bet back. When your starting hand is not a blackjack, you have several options. The 2 basic options in the game are hit and stand. Hit means taking another card to try to improve your hand. Your starting hand is worth 8. Click Hit to get another card. Your hand is now worth 14. Let's say you want to try to improve it. Click Hit again. 19. Now that's better. You could still hit, but you run the risk of going over 21, which would make you lose the hand immediately. When you click Stand, you let the dealer know that you're happy with your hand and that you don't want any more cards. It's now the house's turn. The whole card is revealed and the hand is now played according to the house's strategy. The rules may change according to the blackjack variant or the casino. In our case, and as is written down on the tablecloth, the dealer must hit until he reaches 17 or more. Of course, if his hand goes over 21, you automatically win. In our example, the house's hand is worth 10. The house must hit. 12. It hits again. 18. According to the rules, it must now stand. Its hand is done. Your hand and the dealer's hand are now ranked against one another, and the highest one wins. Your 19 beats the house's 18. Congratulations! The winning hand is paid 1-1. If the dealer's hand is higher than yours, you lose your bet. When both hands are of equal value, a push is called. Nobody wins, nobody loses. You simply get your bet back. If your initial hand has a value of 9, 10, or 11, the double button becomes available. You now have the opportunity of doubling your bet by putting in play a bet equal to your initial bet. But careful now, if you choose to double down, you will receive only 1 additional card. Your first 2 cards are worth 11. Click Double. Your bet is doubled. A king. Your hand is now worth 21. If you win, Your initial bet will be paid 2-1. If your first two cards have the same value, the split button becomes available, which makes it possible for you to split your hand. Each of your two cards becomes the first card of a new hand. Of course, you must add a bet of equal value to your initial bet. Remember that face cards are worth 10. It is therefore possible to split a starting hand made up of a jack and a king, for example. In our example, you have two sevens. Click Split. Each hand is played separately. Note the green dot telling you which hand is active. Another 7. But you're only allowed one split per hand, and you must go on with this hand, now worth 14. If you split a pair of aces, you will receive only one extra card for each of your two hands. If you are dealt a card that has a value of 10, your hand is worth 21, but it is not considered a blackjack. Furthermore, a hand of 21 which is not a blackjack loses against the blackjack for the dealer. If the dealer is showing an ace, it is of course possible that he has a blackjack. In this case, you have the option of insuring your initial bet against such an outcome. Click Insurance. An extra bet worth half your initial bet is added to the insurance line. The dealer immediately checks if he has a blackjack. He does. You lose your initial bet, but your insurance bet is paid 2-1. If the dealer doesn't have a blackjack, you simply lose the insurance bet and the game goes on. Note that if you have a blackjack and the house has an ace up, you have the option of insuring your hand before the whole card is checked. This is the equivalent of taking even money at a blackjack table in a traditional casino in Quebec. And there you go, you can play blackjack. Please note that the rules described in this tutorial are those of the standard Espace Jeu Blackjack. Other blackjack variants may have different rules. To learn more about the rules of our blackjack games, take a look at the Espace Blackjack menu on the left-hand side of the main blackjack page. In the case of a discrepancy between this tutorial and the game rules shall prevail.